hustle too hard to be broke. Get to the bag, this a Gucci bag, oh. You threw a rack, get the Louis red stole. My homie strapped like they a lesbo.
Yo, money is no longer an issue, I got the gains, man. They ask me what it's going to, I tell them Mary Jane strain. Summoned up ideas, so I had to take a strange lane. And I ain't never stop until I'm higher than that Wayne fan. Ain't been shit since I came out the penis. Now they found me in Hollywood sipping margaritas. Now they wanna be us and greet us like we from Venus. Then the universe aligned with this rapping genius.
We don't take whatever we can take. We take what we want, the reason we make bank.
You cannot keep me down, so I'm grinding for dough. Cause I'm the true definition of hustle and flow. Reppin' Cali, so I gotta go hard. Sometimes I say the wrong shit like I'm Roseanne Barr. Too much talent and gifts to revoke. Now you know why.
Dope Dealer Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the world's most dangerous podcast.
Dope Dealers.
It's your man Jamal Doman.
Toby Hixx.
Hey, what's going on, man? Episode 28, right?
28.
28. Hey. We are great, man.
We're making progress.
We're making progress, man. One by one, man. We building the house brick by brick, man.
28.
Yeah, man. So shout out to that's the homie Moses Laura. He sent us a song before. This is the second time we played the song.
That's a nice track too.
He sent that to me, man, and that's called Hustle Hard, man. Hustle Hard, produced by Moses Laura. So he produced that. I like that. It's like West Coast. He's from LA. And he listened to the podcast and he support us and he love us playing his music, man. So shout out
West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast. Shout out to Moses doing. I actually like that better than the first song he sent, that Flying High, which was good, but I like this one a little better. So Moses, I see you doing your thing, man. You're building it brick by brick. What's up, Toby? Toby Hixx?
What's good, man? Glad to be here, man.
Oh man, we got a show today, man.
Yes,
episode 28. One of them episodes is going to be remembered.
Yeah, the world's most dangerous podcast.
Yeah, man. So
shout out to the troops.
Shout out to the troops. We always do this.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard,
Marine Corps.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely to all our soldiers serving overseas. You know, we do this podcast for you guys, man. So we appreciate you guys. Spread the word, man. When you're in them barracks over there, man, we thinking about you, man. Spread the word. Listen to us. You know, we drop every Thursday, man. So tell your fellow servicemen, man, that the Dope Dealer Podcast supports you guys, man.
Rest in peace, John McCain.
Rest in peace, John McCain, man. Neil Simon. And Aretha Franklin. So they said death comes in threes. So we got the three out, man.
Shit. Three totally different people, different way, different everything.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Wanda White with the Clean Comedy Show this weekend. I actually missed the show. I was booked on it, but I missed it. But I just wanted to give a shout out anyway. I was filming. We was both filming True TV, Laugh Mob, Laugh Tracks.
Laugh Tracks, premiered September 13th. Yeah, so True TV, Laugh Tracks, everybody.
I was filming, so I couldn't make the show. But shout out to Wanda White and the whole crew down there, man. And shout out to everybody at the J Spot on Friday. We got some stuff coming up this week. We'll talk about that later on, man. But let's get right into it, man. Let's bring our special guest in, man.
Yes, we got a very special guest today. A good friend of mine, been knowing him for years. Former U.S. Marine.
Wow, I didn't know that.
10-year correctional officer.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's remarkable. When I first found that shit out, that's remarkable. Businessman in real estate. He also ran for the 21st Senate District seat in California in 2016. Mm-hmm. He's a Satanist.
A what? Say that one more time. What?
A Satanist.
Ooh, okay.
Satanist,
yeah.
Satanist, Satanist.
Ave, Satanist.
Tomato.
Show.
Thank you.
Mr.
Glad
Steve
to be here.
Hill.
Happy
Steve
to be
Hill,
here.
everyone.
Steve Hill. Oh, we're going to get right into it.
Yeah, they told me we talk real shit on this show.
Oh, yes, we do.
I said sign me up.
Yes,
this is the Dope Dealer Podcast.
Yeah.
Every topic is dope.
Yeah, man. Let's comedian. Definitely salute for your service, man. I didn't know that. And also both services, correctional officer, you've dealt with, you've seen it all, man.
Yeah.
And you are in as Time Magazine says, you are an avowed atheist and satanic temple organizer.
Not organizer.
And you're a black man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
How does that happen, huh?
When Toby first told me about you, he said, "Yeah, we're gonna have a comedian. He's an atheist." First, he said you was an atheist. He didn't even. Then later on, he told me you was a Satanist. I'm like, Okay.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a white guy. I was like, Toby said, yeah, we got him booked as a guest. He gonna be coming. I'm just assumed.
Yeah, that's the general assumption that everyone would assume.
Toby, sometime we was talking maybe a little after that. He mentioned you was a brother. I said, what? I said, hold the what? That don't. How you don't?
Yeah,
I just automatically, the Steve Hill. I'm just thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just totally
because I mean
blown the fuck away.
Because we just got to keep it 100. Shit, we ain't met too many black people in our life that didn't believe in God. So we wouldn't think no shit like that.
Because I met a lot of atheists. I have atheist friends, and I can understand. But you're not only an atheist. You a satanic temple. Organizer. Which I don't understand because you don't believe in God.
Let me clear.
But you believe in the devil.
Let me clear this up right quick. I was with the Satanic Temple.
Okay.
As part of a group, I used to help. Matter of fact, I was the co-chapter head in Los Angeles for a little while, but I got too busy because I'm also an activist and businessman.
Correct.
So I had traveling and other things to do. I couldn't really fully dedicate my time to the Satanic Temple. But I'm still a Satanist, and I say Satanist in the sense of I'm an atheist, and everybody running around scared of the devil. But the question I have is, who is the fucking devil? Have you ever seen the devil? Have you ever talked to the devil? And on that part, have you ever talked to God? Has anybody ever seen God? How they know Satan is the bad guy? How do you know? Because some shit you've been told from your grandmother and their grandmother, who at one point were slaves and had religion beat into them basically by their owners.
True. That's true.
And then we carry this shit on forward from a generational perspective. And this is 2018, and black people still worshiping the same God of the people who own them. If that shit makes any sense to anybody.
Listen, what you said, I agree with a lot what you're saying because people have said that argument before.
That is
but
true.
But my thing is, all right, if you don't believe, the white man did teach, people know.
Yeah, that's where we got it at because right, if we were Christians and we were walking around in Africa,
but it's one thing doing that, but it's then one thing to go with the opposite, like I'm down with the devil.
Oh, okay, well, see, let me wrap that up for you. I am diametrically opposed to, I guess, Christianity, organized religion, anything that doesn't allow a man's mind to be free, to give you free thought and critical thinking. I'm opposed to it.
Right.
So, if, let's say, my sister is religious, then I would be opposed to that. So, and I've actually had black people call me the devil, business associates, when they found out that I'm not religious.
Right.
Damn.
Jokingly, to my face.
Right.
Well, how you doing there, devil? And I'm like, damn, really? The devil? So I decided to, that's when I met the leader, one of the leaders, one of the founders of the Satanic Temple. I met him at a conference in St. Louis named Lucian Greaves, and we started talking. I said, man, I wish we had one in L.A. And little did I know that we already had like 2 or 3 people who were forming the nucleus of the Satanic Temple chapter in Los Angeles. So when I got back home, I just fell right in with them. And we did some organized. What do
y'all do? Like, what's the meetings like?
Actually, it's nothing. Simply put, is an activist group,
right?
And they advocate for the separation of church and state, because just like people don't want Sharia law, or Muslim law. If think about it from an atheist perspective, I don't want any kind of religious law in my society. I don't want it to live by some prehistoric fucking comic book that you follow, and just because you follow it, you're going to make me follow it along with you, and I don't believe none of that shit.
Hold on, I got a question. When did you stop? I mean, at what age were you like when you just?
I was about 8.
When you stopped believing in God at 8 years
I didn't stop. I never did.
Okay.
I never did. My mother gave me a poem to read in church, and I read that poem. It was only like 6 lines. I memorized it and read it, and I was like, boy, this is just the biggest bunch of bullshit. Years old. I do not believe none of this. I don't believe. It made me think. I don't believe none of this is going on around me in church. I see how all these people act during the week.
Well, how long?
So they couldn't be worshiping God during,
Yeah. How
Except
long?
on
How
Sunday.
long did your family make you go to church? Or like when did?
Till
you
I got
stop?
about 17. Joined the Marine Corps.
So you went. Okay, so you went your whole childhood, and all the time
basically.
you didn't
All the
believe,
time,
You
no.
didn't. You have no belief in nothing that was fucking said.
Nothing that was religious. I believed in people. I believed in people that around me, people that affected my lives, people that had an impact on my life. I believed in my one of my brother-in-laws who was like my mentor. He was also a Marine. I believed in what he told me what to do when I got to the Marine Corps, how to act, how to be a man, basically how to grow up. But as far as some white dude up in the sky that's granting wishes and shit, I wasn't with none of that.
So it seems like your beef is with religion.
My beef is with religion because religion is used, from my perspective as a black man, religion is used and is often takes advantage of the weak and the vulnerable.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
People who need something. Like, I was a correctional officer for 10 years, 2 different maximum security prisons. I would do hundreds, literally thousands of cell searches. Every black man cell I walk in, they got a Bible.
Yeah.
Right. They don't understand it's because the political conditions, it's about inherent racism that's just rampant through our political system.
Wow.
That's the reason that they sit in their ass in this jail cell, basically
So you
redoing slavery all over again, except at a reduced fee.
Right. Which is funny because your prisons, you was in West Coast, California, right?
Yeah, I was at CCI, California Correctional Institution at Tehachapi, and CSP LAC, which is California State Prison, Los Angeles County. Which is funny. Maximum security yards.
Yeah, which is funny because I'm from Philadelphia. So if as guards say they go into 100 black men, they use the Quran is going to be more than the Bible.
Same.
It's going to be more because I guess it's an East Coast thing where they more
right.
Yeah, so okay, I have no issue with some of your I was raised Muslim, so I obviously have some issues with Christianity and how it's, infiltrated because it's supposed to, our founders, it was supposed to be a separation of church and state, but it's not really.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson is Thomas Jefferson, our founding fathers. Thomas Jefferson, the same guy who was banging Sally Heming, had all kind of little half black and half white slaves. I mean, slave owners. So when they talk about our founding fathers, I don't think none of our founding fathers were really there sitting down when they were banging out.
They didn't find shit.
Right, they were out in the fields. So
found the ass.
Yeah, you go find some cotton. That's what we were finding.
Okay, so yeah, I have you make some valid points about religion. My thing is the devil worshiping. Like I just can't get into that because you make valid points about religion.
It's a troll.
Oh, so okay.
It's a troll.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of people can't understand because people have this vitriolic response if you bring up Satan or the devil or Lucifer. It's so ingrained into their brainwashed heads that it just conjures up these things of evil and despair and chaos. When I'm like, you never met the devil. Devil could be the best motherfucker on earth.
Damn.
How do you know? Because of some bullshit somebody told you?
Right.
I mean, live life and see for yourself. I think we all kind of experiencing right now. The devil has taken the form of the president. You ask me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that that might be the devil.
One of our listeners, she said, tell them it's about the relationship with God, not religion. That's what
God is an imaginary figure. If you ask me, I'm not having no relationship with any imaginary figures. When you can give me some kind of proof, some kind of existence that somebody is floating in the sky, calling the shots, then, if he come down, come on. He didn't come down after the Sandy Hook massacre where 21 kids were slaughtered with an assault rifle. He didn't come down at the Pulse nightclub where 50-some people were slaughtered. I mean, when is this motherfucker coming back to help us? What is going to make him come back? He doesn't come back during wars.
Shit.
I mean, the cats that flew the planes into the buildings in 9/11, they were screaming Ali Akbar or some shit, something about their God. Okay, but who's their God? I mean, is their God better than this country's God? Because this is supposed to be a Christian nation. I don't know all the shit we've been through with slavery, Jim Crow, and everything else, but we're a Christian nation. So it's too much contradiction there for me.
All right, so I'm reading your Time Magazine article, and that's big to get into Time Magazine. This is a quote from you. I'm a Satanist as far as trying to get people to understand that I don't believe in the devil any more than I believe in God. All of it is stupid, but if I have to tell people I'm the devil to get them to listen, then I'm okay. I'm the devil. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's it.
I feel you.
Okay.
I feel you.
That's it.
Hey,
Okay.
how does your family feel about?
Well, let me tell you right now about my family. Fuck them.
Whoa.
I don't care. I live for me.
Well, no, I understand that, but I'm saying
They know. They know. They don't even question me no more because they know that I'm gonna hit them with some shit that they ain't gonna have answers to. Like, oh, well, if your God is so good, why you call and ask me for money? Why don't you go to your church and see if your reverend will give you some goddamn money?
What was your background growing up? Was
I
you
grew up
raised in the
dirt
church?
ass poor on the north side of St. Louis,
You
and
from
we
Louis.
went to church. Yeah.
Right.
I'm going back. I'm planning a speaking tour right now for Missouri to try to explain to my people the situation that they stuck in. Why this is the richest nation on earth, and we still have ghettos.
yeah.
I mean,
Right,
we have this great African American philosopher and scholar, Charles Barkley. He made this comment when the cops got killed down in Dallas. He said, "Oh, y'all better be nice to them polices. We gonna need them to help us keep from killing each other in the ghetto."
Wow.
Now,
Yeah,
if you can say some shit like that, why can't you ask the next question as to, well, why do we still have ghettos? And why are they full of black people? And why is there such a high concentration of churches, liquor stores, payday loan offices, pawn shops? Why is this? Why does this situation exist? That's because this is who this country is. If you guys can see, it's about 33% of this country that's racist as fuck. And it's always been like that. That's why, as a black man, we black people, we're gonna always continue to struggle. And if you got this delusion of a God that's gonna come and help you instead of figuring out what you need to do to keep your kids out of the criminal justice system, to keep a roof over your head. People, I want to talk about real estate. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I want to tell people the importance of real estate in their life. You know, this government basically the ones that created these ghettos from after World War II. They wouldn't allow the black GIs or anybody else when they started doing the urban sprawl and getting all these GIs coming back, building them housing tracts and subdivisions. Well, they wouldn't let black people move in, or else they couldn't get funded by HUD or the FHA. They wouldn't approve their loans. So basically, that kept us in the ghettos. And then you have these things called deed restrictions and CC&Rs that they would write in the deed saying that you cannot sell this property to a black person.
Right.
Period. So that's another thing that kept us in the ghettos. And to this day, it wasn't until 1968 when they stopped the practice of redlining, where banks wouldn't loan in certain neighborhoods. But that was 1968. But they don't understand that this shit has carried forward all the way to 2018, and we got all these black people trapped in the ghettos. That's why you have situations like when Katrina happened, black people sitting down there dead, floating around because they simply couldn't get out.
Right.
Can't escape. I had a nephew that was murdered in February 27th. That's why I'm going back to Missouri to talk.
In St. Louis?
In St. Louis. Killed, he had four kids in the back seat. They shot him down in the front seat like a dog.
With the cops or just a gang?
Just black on black.
Black on black.
And that's why I got a bone to pick with Black Lives Matter too, because I was talking to them and they like, oh, well, Black lives only matter if we get shot by the police. I'm like, no, fuck you.
Oh, listen, yeah.
Damn.
I'm writing all this there because we're going to come back to all of it.
Oh, yeah, we're going to come back. Yeah.
One question. We're going to come back to real estate. We're going to come back to Black Lives Matter. So you feel that organized religion is one of the factors that's holding black people back?
Yes, because we fail to realize the situation we're in. When we can always run to the church when times get hard, instead of figuring out, damn, how do I help the next generation stay out of prison and go to college? We are damn near centuries behind everybody else.
Church doesn't help. Church doesn't help out with that. Church doesn't help us stay out of prison.
No, because if you got somebody telling you every Sunday, oh, it's gonna be all right, sister. just keep on praying to the Lord and fuck that. Now, stop. Don't pray to the Lord. Go and get it. Have a good relationship with your counselor, your kid's counselor at high school to help him get into a good college where you can stop this vicious cycle of generational poverty where you got people being born poor, their kids being born poor, and so forth and so on. You can't get out. And we're not escaping the ghettos fast enough. That's why we still have ghettos also. We're not escaping. We don't have enough opportunity, not enough resources. And then we got to talk about the gun issue too, because that's another one we need to touch on.
Let's go to real estate. You said you want to touch on real estate. That's what you do.
I appraise real estate. Yeah. I'm a real estate appraiser.
Let me tell you, me and my girl was looking for. I'm from Philadelphia. You know that it's just so different because we were looking for houses.
We're getting deep.
It's fucking ridiculous out here. These houses, it's criminal. These housing costs. So it's I don't know if that's for everybody. That's just why is that? I mean that's criminal.
It's land value. It's land value. That's why you can get houses cheaper back in the Midwest.
That's what I'm saying. I can.
Well, everybody wants to be, California.
For $1 million, I can buy half of the city, and I can buy a city block in Philadelphia.
That's all attributed.
For $1 million out here, you get maybe value. 2 bedrooms.
Land value. That's all it is. Yeah. Because that house,
But where would you rather be? I mean, it's just like
you paying for the sun.
Exactly.
You paying for the sunshine. They charge you for the sunshine.
You're paying for goods
that's free.
For your proximity to goods and services, entertainment, jobs, employment. I mean, you got the beaches, you got the ocean, you got the mountains. You can go ski. You can.
I was
in the Midwest.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The location is the shit. Because in the Midwest, you don't have those things. You can't do all that shit. And you can cold as fuck.
You can go fishing. But
you can go ice fishing.
You can go fishing in California too. But
so Gloria B is on. She listening and she on you, Mr. Hill.
Well, let me have it, Gloria.
She said, "What are you doing to help people? Don't put all churches in a box. Many churches have been.
What am I doing to help people? Well, what I do is there's a youth organization. There's a youth organization up where I live at called the VITA program, which is Vital Intervention and Directional Alternatives for Youth. And it's a sheriff's program, and they kind of get the kids who are at risk of getting into the criminal justice system. And I often raise money. I do comedy fundraisers and shows. And I even testified in Sacramento, I think it was last year, to a subcommittee just trying to get funding for this youth group. But yeah, I don't just talk shit. I know what it's like in prison. I know that it's a inhumane environment just to have a man in a cage like that. It has to do something to their brain that's irreversible.
That is true.
It's inhumane, and we're right back into the slavery condition, But yeah, I don't just talk shit. I'm an activist, revolutionary, whatever you want to call me.
And I'm familiar with that. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. That's why, like, all the years I've known you, Steve, like, shit, I knew how you thought, and I'm a believer, but I ain't never had no problem with. I mean, we've been cool as shit. I don't even think about it.
And this is the thing that I talk about the most. It's like, to me, we don't have to bring up religion.
Right.
But if in the African American community, if you say you don't, people will eat your ass up because they know they have the numbers.
Right.
So they're like, we'll bully you immediately. Like, what you talking about ain't no Jesus. It's Jesus. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? I'm like, where is he at? Prove it to me. Read me something out the Bible. Read me something out of 2 Corinthians. Read me your favorite Bible verse.
Yeah.
And tell me. And people don't even know these things, man. You know the name of the first slave ship?
No.
The good ship Jesus.
Wow.
The very first slave ship they pushed off the coast of West Africa was the good ship Jesus.
Damn.
Now, and you sitting your woke ass up in church.
Woke.
And woke. Yeah, these brothers be running around talking about they woke. I'm like, how the fuck you woke? And you worshiping the same God of the people who used to own your dumb ass.
Yeah, used to teach,
Yeah, but you woke. You're not woke yet.
I agree on that.
When you wake up and see how they've used religion to trick you, to keep you docile, to keep you from asking questions. What's the first thing they teach you in church? Don't ask, you can't question God. Shut up. Don't say nothing.
You can't question God.
Yeah, that's what
funny.
don't question the priest. Don't question shit. You can't go through your life not questioning. You know where you wind up?
My grandmother said that to me before. You can't question God. She said those words.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
No, you should question everything, especially if you're on the bottom. You got to start questioning this shit.
So I want to get back on real estate because I know that's your one of your fields. What would you tell how do black people do better in real estate? What's a plan?
Man, I say first thing black people don't ever, I don't care how you acquire it, what struggles you have. If you get it in a will, in a trust deed, don't ever sell real estate.
Don't ever sell land.
Don't ever sell real estate.
Yeah, my grandfather used to say that. You
don't. Real estate is something you don't sell.
Yeah.
That's why they call the shit real. It ain't like a bunch of gold ropes and watches full of diamonds and shit like that ain't gonna matter to you in 10 years. Real estate is real. People have put their kids through colleges, started businesses. You use that, you build equity, you leverage that shit into something that you can use. You keep your credit score tight. You got real estate and good credit, you can do anything in this country that anybody else can do. But if you ain't got shit, and you always running around talking about you getting ready to launch your plan, and you ain't got shit, it's hard. It's difficult. That's why, when they released us 1863 Emancipation Proclamation, then 1865 the abolishment of slavery, we were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule. We ain't get shit.
We ain't get shit, yeah.
Now, had we, our whole history would be different
if we got that.
All of this land and with zoning, we could have had, who knows, you could have had 40 acres that all of a sudden got zoned commercial. Now you could lease this shit out on 100-year leases and have an income stream.
Right.
And send your kids to college, maybe start other businesses. But this is the game that we've been left out of and people don't understand it. But yet and still, 90% of us are religious and believe that
and the stuff that we had,
somebody gonna come help us.
The land that we had, the city, the towns that we had, Black Wall Street, Tulsa. They when we had our own towns,
and they blew that shit up.
They blew that shit up.
Government first time that this country has ever attacked its own citizens by airplane.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something that y'all probably don't know. Y'all ever heard of Bruce's Beach?
No.
It used to be right down near Redondo. There was a brother that moved out here from the Midwest. He wanted to create a resort for black people. He had beachfront property. He built a resort, had nightclub, restaurant, all that shit. And guess what? They found a way to take it from him.
Bruce's Beach. I got to look that up.
Yeah, they named it. Yeah, they renamed it after all of these years, Bruce's Beach. I'm like, that shit ain't benefiting his kids.
Right.
His family, his descendants.
Damn.
Putting his name on the damn beach now that he don't even own.
Yeah, that's
shit is ridiculous. So yeah, man. Real estate is one of our keys to success, and we need to get out of these ghettos by any means necessary.
Now, you are a talented stand-up comedian. Do you do these? I've never seen you perform, but I know Toby said you're very funny. Do you do these topics in your stand-up?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah. How the crowd deal with that?
They be shocked.
Shocked, man. I mean, people are uncomfortable. They laugh.
Yeah.
They know I'm telling the truth. But yet and still, it's an uncomfortable relationship between me and my audience.
Right.
And I know that, that was one of the best compliments I ever had was in Denver when I got off the stage, he said, man, that's the most fun I ever had being uncomfortable. And I was like, yeah, thank you. I was like, thank you.
That's funny, yeah.
Because,
How long you been on
motherfuckers get tight when he starts. They get tight when he starts
part-time.
talking.
Oh, yeah, part-time. Yeah, they tighten up.
Yeah, they get tight when.
And you was always from when you started. This was always kind of your routine.
I started doing political humor initially when Obama came into office. I was like, okay, black man can be president. At least I could do is tell a few jokes. So I started doing that, and then I got blatantly disrespected and discriminated against by one of the black churches up where I live at. Yeah, I went to help out. They had a youth group. They had a program called the Violence Free Zone, and it was to keep the blacks and Hispanics from fighting each other in the high schools. And this was after I left the prison. So I said, oh, wow, let me go help them because Shit, I've been keeping grown-ass men from killing each other in the prisons. This here be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
So I went over and of course, the meeting was at a church. So after the meeting, you know, we talked and everybody started grabbing each other's hands. And all of a sudden, I done found myself in a prayer circle.
Damn.
So, you know, I didn't say nothing, you know. I waited till it was over. You know, totally respectful.
Yeah.
And I told the guy that came out there that I was meeting with, like, yeah, man, you know, I want to help the kids and everything, but I'm really not a religious person. Went home, motherfuckers never called me back.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So I was like, wow, you guys hate on me because I don't think the way you think about some guy floating in the sky. So you would reject somebody with my experience at doing what you're trying to achieve because they don't think like you.
So I'm reading.
So I changed my jokes. I started doing, and then I started performing at conferences.
Right.
American Atheist Conference. I performed at.
Yeah, that fucked me up when he told me he was going to do. I was
American
like, damn.
Atheist Conference.
I didn't even know they had a conference until Steve told me about that shit. I was like,
Memphis,
damn.
2015. It's usually done on Easter Sunday.
Right in the South.
Shit.
So I'm reading part of your, I think this is the LA Times article about you when you was running for, we're going to talk about when you was running. So you say you consider yourself a Democrat.
Yeah, for now, yeah. And I'm a Democrat because I got a bone to pick with the Democratic Party too.
Right. Yeah, I'm a Democrat, but I don't, I got same thing.
For one, I hate what they did to Bernie Sanders. I really dislike the move they put on Bernie Sanders with Donna Brazile.
I think
giving Hillary the answers.
I think they did. I think they did Bernie wrong. I get into Bernie was done wrong, but Bernie wasn't going to win anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
he wasn't going to win.
If you connive and cheat your way to a certain result, and then say, "Oh, well, you weren't going to win anyway," that's how fair is that? That's really not that fair if you think about it.
But Bernie had to know.
That's like saying we ain't gonna let you go to the 4th grade because you're gonna flunk that shit anyway.
But Bernie had to know going in, like he knew Hillary is a presumptive candidate. You know, he knew the whole party is.
Okay, but why? Why is he presumptive?
Because
it's vote. This is a democratic process.
I'm not saying it's not. But he had to understand that the Democratic Party, mainly 90% of them, the party is behind her. He has to know that. So if you go into the party knowing.
That wasn't the case, though.
What wasn't the case? That the establishment wasn't behind.
The establishment.
That's what I'm saying. 90% establishment was behind her.
Yeah, but fuck the establishment. We're talking about the people.
Right.
And everybody's vote. They count.
But they didn't change any votes. The votes were the votes. They didn't.
Right.
They didn't do them right. But the people still voted.
Right. But if they hadn't tilted the table, if they had leveled the playing field,
right,
he would have wanted. You know, he cleaned their clock in a couple of those primaries.
He did. He did.
You know, fair and square. But imagine if he would have, if they just had kept their fingers off the scale and let say like he put 2 fighters in the rings, go now fight, and we gonna be back here. But no, they all up on them like. Yeah, I got you. We got pull his shirt.
Yeah, it was. I always tell Bernie had to know what he was walking into. He had to know that.
Well, that's why he switched and ran as a Democrat because he knows that running as an independent, he wouldn't have had that machine in place.
I want to go. I want to get on. Let's go back.
Question.
Oh, go ahead,
Steve. What made you put what you put on your license plates?
What, for Satan?
Yes. What made you put for Satan on your license plates?
Kind of like a, we got a car dealership up in Antelope Valley called Raleigh Chevrolet, and every license plate says "God bless America." Every license plate that leave that dealership says "God bless America."
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, you got people that don't give a damn about religion buying your cars. But yet and still, they get a license plate that says God. So I put, fuck it, for Satan on my license plate. For Satan.
And what do people say when you get out your truck and they see, like, what are the comments that you've gotten?
Oh, after they realize I'm black, nothing.
And you tall, you big, they like, oh, shit, we ain't going to say shit to this big ass.
Former Marine and
man, I have correction. I have more people behind me taking pictures than I ever thought would happen. Most people take pictures.
Yeah. Do people were like they were behind you, so they try to pull up to the side because they like, who the fuck is driving this called it, and then they probably look at you and say, "Oh shit."
People are so afraid because I turn and look all the time, but people are so afraid once they come up beside me and see I'm black first, and then when I look at them, I think some of them actually think they're looking at the devil. Because I could just.
Do you wear a hat? Do you wear a hat?
It's the hat.
Sometimes I do. It depends on if I got some meetings to go to. I went to an NAACP meeting like this.
Oh wow!
That shit was the funnest day of my life.
They didn't escort you out the building.
Wow.
No, Steve, some people that know me, that know what I do, they got it. They were laughing as soon as they saw me. But other people, that Satan is real to them.
Yeah.
That's Satan is real. All my life, they done told me Satan is out there. And, this guy looked like Satan.
Damn.
Like, you dumb ass.
Gloria B is she's on it, and she said West Angeles Church teaches home buyers every month how to own real estate.
Well, how about them letting Satan come talk? How about West Angeles let Satan come and deliver some some real information? Because if they got any real estate appraisers teaching those classes?
We're gonna
ask her that. Ask her they got any real estate appraisers.
She can listen to her. Hit us back, Gloria. Let us know.
Hit us back. Let me know who's, because they ain't even qualified. I can guarantee you, if they're not in the industry, they don't know what's going on.
Let's go to Black Lives Matter. You said you have a beef with them?
Yeah, because when my nephew was murdered, black on black crime, some of this ridiculous non-shit ghetto stuff that beef.
Did they find the murder?
Yeah, they got him. They in jail now.
Okay.
But it was caught on tape too. When I go back on my speaking tour, I want to get the actual surveillance footage and show people and talk to them about, why we kill each other like this, because life is meaningless to a lot of people. When there's no hope, you don't have nothing to live for. You devalue everybody's life around you. Every other black man to you is a threat and is worthless. Just like you think your life is worthless because you have no hope. But we're going to have to learn how to exist differently. The preachers, the churches.
Yeah, that's true.
We doing all of this every Sunday. You can't find. I could go to north side of St. Louis with a microphone and a camera crew and see how many atheists we find. You ain't gonna find no damn atheists. But then again, you wait till 5 o'clock and the sun go down. You're gonna have all these people running the streets trying to kill each other. St. Louis right now is the murder capital of the damn country. Chicago is 9th.
Wow, Philly is crazy too.
And Philly and Baltimore,
Omaha
and Memphis.
So it seems like all urban where niggas at.
Yeah.
Why is it where niggas at? The murder rate is
because you got this hopelessness. You got this lack of things to do, lack of education, lack of
I've been all over
opportunity.
the country performing, but I can really speak from my hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. There's a lot of murders and really horrible situations. But when I grew up, it wasn't like that. Now I look at it, man, they don't have nothing. The kids, we had role models, mentors, people that we looked up to. Those kids there, they don't have a whole lot. I mean, they got Terrence Crawford and all the good work he's doing. Shout out to Bud Crawford. But, they don't have a lot to look to, and that's part of the reason. And unfortunately, even myself included, the generation, a lot of the fathers were in prison. I mean, I was in prison, so that was times that my kids had to make it without me. So it's I'm no different, but that's what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, you become a product of your environment.
I mean, unfortunately,
and if you got all of these people out of your environment going to fill up these state prisons.
Unfortunately, this is something that saddens me very deeply. I have a friend that I grew up with from 5 years old, across the street from each other. One of the greatest people that you could ever come across, but he spent years addicted to cocaine and all fucked up, and he has 3 sons. And as of right now, one of his sons is, serving a 100-year sentence for murder, and his other son just got arrested a few months ago waiting for sentencing on a murder. So 2 of his sons have killed people, and they're never going to get out.
Right. And people don't understand this too,
and
Toby.
then the families that of the victims, because it's a small town, everybody know each other, so the families are beefing. It creates so much animosity in the whole town.
Yeah, my sisters are going through that garbage right now.
Because I'm sure they know the person who did it, and his family.
Yeah, because you're in the ghetto,
and everybody feel horrible. I mean, the person who did his family feel horrible that he did that, but shit, what could they do?
Right.
What was your experience like running for state senate? What was your experience?
Oh, it was interesting. It was.
So you got a lot of press, man. I'm on Vice and Time and.
Yeah, it was real interesting. What I was,
Well, first of all, what made you?
I was-
How did you
That kind of
decide?
shocked me too when you told me you was
Because,
running for office. I said, damn.
because if you're, up where I live in Lancaster and Antelope Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale, well, I know the city of Lancaster has more churches per capita than any other place in the state of California. It's a really, really religious area.
I didn't even know
The mayor of Lancaster proclaims that it is a Christian community.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, how can you say that when everybody in this community is not a Christian? Some people, have no religious affiliation. You got Buddhists, you got Muslims, but you call this a Christian community. Don't you know that's exclusionary?
Yeah.
You're pushing people out of the community, people who would, would probably be engaged maybe into some kind of civic duty or service, but you're going to label it a Christian community, to win votes, basically. So yeah, I was like, man, ain't nobody up here is going to talk to me. I had interest in the school district, man, trying to keep kids from going to prison. So I was like, I will run for office, and that'll give me my voice. I will, kind of ring the alarm to let people know to wake the hell up.
Now it's this Vice article about you said stated that you were kind of frustrated that media outlets was focused on your membership in the Satanic Temple as opposed to the issues that you really want to talk about.
Yeah.
So
I want to talk about the schools. I want to talk about over incarceration.
but
They
Oh, of
doing
course, I
that.
know. Right.
They doing that with the football
So they-
shit,
yeah.
with the kneeling on this.
Right.
They doing the same shit.
Right,
But-
yeah, they had me on
Yeah.
InfoWars. What's Alex Jones?
Yeah,
What's
Alex
his name?
Jones,
They
yeah,
had me on that. They posted my damn home address, all kinds of shit on there.
What?
But then again, on the backside of that, there were people that were looking and oh, he's a Satanist. Let me go to his website.
Okay.
Let me go to his, and that would just
So it can be a gift and a curse.
taking traffic to my page that I was using to run for office. And they were like, oh, this guy is a Bernie supporter. This guy's a, a progressive democratic socialist. And,
Well, why not
I had
just-
over like
yeah.
20,000 votes because
why not just
I was spending my own money.
yeah.
I wasn't asking people, give me, I'm running for office. Could you donate? No,
Yeah.
I have my own money. I said, I'll do this shit by myself. That way, can't nobody tell me what the fuck to say.
right?
So when you do that and you out there talking and you're a Satanist, you something different, you basically, I was giving voice for a lot of people. I had, I don't know how many votes, about 20,000.
Would you do it again?
I'm
Would
going to do it
You gonna
again.
do it?
I'm doing it in 2020.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Same.
Yeah, same 21st Senate District seat.
Are you going to
State
do
of
it different this time? Or you just say, hey, I'm
running
Steve Hill.
as
I'm an
Steve
atheist.
Hill. I'm
Elite, and here's my how I believe about things.
Hail Satan.
But
And this is this is my platform.
yeah, but you got to understand, Steve. When you say Hail Satan, you know that's going to bring. You have some good. You make some
Yeah,
valid
but-
points,
yeah, but
and I
they
think it's going to get
alienating
overshadowed when you say Hail Satan. Just say, hey, I'm Steve Hill. I'm an atheist, and this is what I believe in on points.
People go to my website, they know exactly what I'm talking about. People that know me,
yeah. Because I'm saying, I didn't. And me talking to you, I've learned more. I came into this podcast thinking I was going to be sitting next to the devil. I'm talking to you now. No, I see what it actually is.
yeah, that's
You know what I mean? I see you make some valid points, and you're not the devil.
I'm not the devil.
But,
that's
I
just
mean-
the fire that burns inside me.
Oh shit.
Dope Dealer Podcast. It's Gloria B. Is she
dangerous
back?
podcast.
Oh man, she is back. Oh, I gotta.
Is Gloria at work?
Gloria, hey Gloria.
She
I
is
gotta.
back.
Y'all gotta connect some. You guys
Yeah,
gotta.
hey, man,
she
listen,
said yes. She said first thing yes to that question about West Angeles.
Okay.
She said I'm a realtor. I speak there. I do not go to West Angeles. I'm at my church. My pastor was in jail for 16 years at Chapel of Change. What is wrong with God wanting us to love your neighbor as yourself? Peace, joy, and forgiveness. Okay.
I say peace, love, and understanding, but I don't need no third party. I don't need a God to do this. This shit emanates from within me. I don't need to tell anybody to God nothing. It's non-existent to me.
Hey,
I can't rationalize out somebody looking out for us with all the shit that black people have been through. It makes no sense.
when you were a correction officer, did you ever get into a discussion with any of the inmates about?
Yeah, I got into heavy discussions with inmates, man.
About, I mean, like, what did you tell him?
Yeah,
I mean,
I just ask him, like the Muslim brothers. I'd be like, yo, Mustafa, you pray 5 times a day in your cell. I see you when I walk by. Watch, when I come to work tomorrow, you're going to be here. So does your prayer work? No.
Hold on, no, I disagree on that.
I would be praying to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, but I mean, but that doesn't mean just because they're there, just because they praying, that means they obviously in there for a reason. They're praying that for forgiveness, and when they get out, their life change. And a lot of brothers have left prison, under Islam. And life has changed
under Christianity too.
And life has changed. So they're not praying 5 times to get me out tomorrow. They because whatever they in there for, they in there for. They got to do their time. That's not maybe good service. You get a little shorter sentence.
What Steve is saying is that if the prayer works, why can't it get them out somehow?
But I'm saying it may eventually get them out. But he's saying. He's saying
eventually corresponds with the end of their sentence. The fucking prayer didn't work.
No, but they not. You saying they praying. But you're under the impression that they praying just to get out. They already know they did something for. They did something to get them in prison.
The prayer should get them out no matter what.
That's not how. No, that's not what they praying. That's not how they.
If I was sent to a state prison,
they praying for a better life. They praying for forgiveness.
If I was sent to a state prison, there would only be one thing to pray for. Get out of this prison. Nothing else I would be wanting to pray for. Nothing else I could do.
Get them out of prison eventually. And when they get out, hopefully they won't make the same mistakes. And they got a God.
Eventually, though.
I mean,
I see what he's saying in that aspect.
They gonna serve that.
Eventually don't mean shit.
Right.
But God is not. Yeah, but you did something. You did something to get you in there.
Okay,
and just because you're praying doesn't mean God I'm gonna open. Oh, you're praying to me now. I'm gonna let you open it. You did something serious to get you in there. And you have to deal with that. And it's about getting out of. When you get out, you better to yourself. What about the people
that didn't commit the crimes in there? And if they pray, how come they don't work to get them out?
What you mean?
And I'm glad Toby brought that up because I talked to a lot of brothers, and of course, there's a lot of innocent prison. Yeah, it's brothers in there that told me. They said, Officer Hill, man, what they got me in here for, I ain't even do.
I believe some.
Now I did do some shit. But what I'm in here for right now, Officer Hill, I didn't do it.
Right, well, okay.
And I believe,
I've heard that.
Well, they might be in there for, they ain't in there what they got caught for, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. They might be in there.
But what he's saying is, though, why doesn't prayer work for the innocent people at least? Okay, let's say it don't work for the people who are guilty. Why don't it work for the innocent people?
Well, you say,
right.
Toby, that's like me.
I mean, I'm just telling you.
I pray every day.
I'm just going
Why am I not a millionaire? I pray every day. Why am I not a million? I mean, I'm not praying that, if it was that easy, when you could just pray and God give you $1 million.
See?
Hold on, nigga. Hey, you know what side I'm on, but I'm just telling you what he's saying because your side didn't catch it.
I think y'all gonna figure this out for both of y'all.
Dope Dealer Podcast.
Yeah. World's most dangerous.
Gloria B is back. She said, my pastor had a life sentence and God bust him out.
And see, that's the kind of dumb shit. He bust them out. That's the kind of dumb shit that I'm talking about. And anything that's good happens to us. Anything good to happen to us.
Gloria, you gotta explain that. How did God bust him out? Gloria, explain that. How did God bust him out?
Yeah.
I think he must have had one of those battle rams from LAPD.
Oh shit! It might be like the movie. Clash of Titans. Zeus came down. Yeah. Like the movie Clash of Titans, Zeus came down and bust him out.
Hey, but how did he get busted out? Because I didn't get busted out.
Hey, how did he get busted in? How did he get it past how do pastors go to jail? Is he messing with kids?
You need to stop. He was praying to get out.
He was praying to get out.
Okay. Well, maybe he served time. Maybe it was time. He was praying and then his 8 years was up.
God bust him out. God is doing bank jobs. He got all kinds of shit.
Hey, I think we wanted to, you wanted to say something about the gun laws and the gun.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about the gun laws, man.
Oh, man.
These mass murders happen, usually some white man goes and kill up a whole lot of people.
True.
And then we kill each other in the inner cities with guns. But nobody ever asks or say nothing about where we get our guns at. Where do black people get our guns at?
Right.
Nobody ever questions that. We don't have 0 African-American gun manufacturers in this country. So we got to get our guns to kill each other. We got to get them from someplace. But nobody ever brings that shit up. I mean, they don't even want to talk about gun control when white people start killing everybody. But we kill each other. They like, we don't give a fuck where y'all got those guns at. And you don't, and you don't see brothers, grouping up talking about, my Second Amendment rights. We need guns. The only group of people you see screaming about their gun rights are white people. And that's because they've done so much dirt and shit to everybody else. They figure we need those guns. I mean, that's we could talk about policing too, man, because that goes back until 1865 when we were set free, or before, where they had slave patrols that basically just turned into municipalities and police forces. But it's the same type of guys, the same type of guys I served with in the military, who are these gung-ho, patriot, I'm protecting America against everybody attitudes. And then they leave straight from the military and go into these police departments, and they don't have to, they don't have any questions like, are you a racist? No, they don't have no shit like that. So you get these super gung-ho guys that's been trained to kill in the military. They join the police forces, and all of a sudden they see any black man, as a threat.
Right.
And that's how they've been trained. I've served with them. I know where they come from. I know where they originate.
Yeah.
I know why Mike Brown got killed. Eric Garner. All of these are examples of, I'm going to get this in. I don't use the N word, but I'm going to get this off,
nigga.
Out the way. But this is why we have so much trouble with policing.
You worship Satan, but you don't use the N word. No, I'm just. I
think we can discuss the N word too. I totally don't.
You wanna? What you was just saying about the military, and a lot of these white guys, you serve with them because a lot of these white nationalists, they're former military people,
right? Yeah, I've seen their hatred. I felt their hatred.
Why is that?
I had dudes I served with down at Camp Pendleton, down at the tank battalion, that just hated the guts of the black Marines in the platoon. And I couldn't, where does this shit come from? I don't have nothing to do, on the weekends. Shit, we go to LA or San Diego to party, and then we come back and work. I mean, we don't hang out together, so why are you hating us like this? But it's just inherent in them. That's... they think that they're here to save the country from all threats, foreign and domestic. So I guess we would be considered domestic threat just because we black and we don't want to be slaves no more, and we want to be free to live the American dream like everybody else. But they got a problem. They seem to have a problem with it.
But they don't have a problem with us fighting next to them, right next to them.
No, they ain't got no problem.
They don't got no problem with us kicking ass right next to them. And every war we have kicked ass right next to them. So I want to. I know we don't have too much time left. I want to touch on, since you said you're running in 2020, excuse me again, just a couple, hot topic political issues, and just, give me your thoughts on them. The abortion issue.
The abortion issue. How the hell are you going to get a group of old white men to decide what a woman can and cannot do with her body? As far as reproductive rights, anything.
Yeah.
I think men should be left right the fuck out of that.
I agree. I totally agree.
Until you grow a vagina, you don't have no say in what a woman does with her body.
All right, cool. I agree with that. Immigration issue.
Immigration issue is a farce, and people should know that. Because this country has an insatiable appetite for cheap labor, i.e. slavery. I.e. these prisons that are working men for basically free. We have an insatiable appetite for cheap labor. If they can't offshore all the manufacturing jobs, if they can't offshore them to different countries, they're going to need people to come in that they can exploit for their labor. So, if those immigrants stop coming across the border and they actually have to hire black people and pay them a living wage and give them health insurance and workers' comp and everything else that goes with
about building no wall. They'll let them right in.
Man, they need. Everybody knows that this, especially California economy, is based on that immigrant labor.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody knows that shit. Think about if Africa was where Tijuana is. There'd be a fucking wall built from here to the damn moon. Keeping black people out. I guarantee you.
Oh shit! That's
True
funny.
that. All right, healthcare.
Healthcare. I think as a right for a citizen of the country, you're entitled to free healthcare. I mean, think about it. Who would Jesus not cover on his insurance plan?
True.
Everybody should have health care. You shouldn't see people walking. Y'all be seeing these homeless people, man. They got these big swollen feet and all kind of medical problems.
Sores and shit.
Poor blood circulation, and that's human suffering. What kind of Christian nation would allow that to exist? I mean, they talking about both sides of their neck. We're a Christian nation, but yet and still, we don't want to cover people with pre-existing condition because it costs us too much, and we can't get our corporate profits straight with you freeloaders in our healthcare system. That's bullshit. You're a human being. You're entitled to certain things like a place to sleep and food to eat and health care.
You believe in free college education?
You damn right, especially for black people.
Right.
Everybody always talking about reparations. Oh, we want reparations. We don't want shit. We don't want nothing but education. Educate our kids. Starting in 2020, educate 3 generations, and I bet we'll be out of this hole that we're in.
If you,
But come on, man, it was a time in this country where we weren't even. It was illegal for us to learn how to read and write.
yeah.
And they, and then they want to insinuate and try to treat us like we dumb and stupid and don't know nothing when they held back our education, stymied it, retarded our growth for centuries. And now all this, they not smart. They not smart. You know, Toby, shit, how long was it before we got a black quarterback in the NFL? All of that shit was predicated on stereotypes of racism.
That's
that
true.
The black man is unintelligent.
See,
and
the very first black quarterback who got a shot was from my hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, Marlon Briscoe, and he was good enough to play back then, but they wouldn't let him do it. The Buffalo Bills,
Right.
But
no black quarterbacks, no black middle linebacker.
I mean, they still don't think it's the black players are smart enough right now to this day.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you could sit down with Trump, what would you tell him?
I don't know if I'd even be talking. I might hit him. I might have to whip out the old Satan rod and
Satan rod.
I would tell him, man, that you can't separate the country. You can't keep throwing red meat to your base because you're dividing the nation. I mean, this country works best when everybody is working together. But if you got us all divided and fighting against each other, it's detrimental to the growth of a nation. So, I would tell him, cut the bullshit rhetoric, quit throwing red meat to your base, and see what you can do to save your raggedy-ass presidency by providing something for the people, something that's beneficial. Maybe like, let's call it Trump care. If you want to dismantle Obamacare, let's call it Trump care and get as many people covered as possible so you don't have people dropping dead in the street.
Football. What's your opinion about the football players protesting? You agree, disagree?
Man, I agree because protesting is more patriotic and more American than anything else that we damn near do is peacefully protest. And I don't know how the hell they expect for somebody to stand up for something, fully erect, stand up, and you know that it's bullshit.
Right.
That would be like me going to church and getting in the choir. This is all bullshit.
Like, what the fuck? Is that Steve Hill in the choir?
If you killing my people in the street, if you got all of the brothers locked up in these prisons, if you got black people trapped in the ghetto, if you know you have a systemic, inherent, entrenched form of racism in all of our laws, then you know that it's bullshit. Think about this, man. Think about when they sing that last few words of the national anthem. Do you know it?
In the home of the brave. Is that?
I will give you a chance.
Black people don't know.
No, I don't know right now. I'm high.
Okay. Well, they talk about some shit like, or the land of the free. Okay, motherfucker, who wrote that?
I said the home of the brave.
You said brave. I'm talking about the free.
Oh, the free.
They singing about people being free.
Yeah.
And we were slaves when they wrote the shit.
Free. Yeah, we were not free. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
We were slaves. And if you guys really want to get into that, go to the 3rd verse of the national anthem, and it references nobody will stop us, and if slaves jump up, they'll catch a beat down too. It's in the anthem. It's in the 3rd verse.
I might have to look that up.
It actually references slaves. So why the fuck do I want to stand up fully erect for something that's basically oppressing me and talking about my ancestors? Yeah.
Okay.
It references slaves in the anthem.
Yes.
What do you think the proper minimum wage should be?
A living wage? Something where you could actually purchase a home, even if it has to be subsidized by the government. Where you can purchase a home and build some equity and have a stake in the American dream instead of renting and allowing someone else to get rich. But yeah, $15 an hour might be a good start. And I know a lot of states have already incorporated that, like California. They're gradually, incrementally going up to $15 an hour, which is a righteous thing to do.
I think 15 is
because people need to eat.
I pay. I have my own moving company, and I pay my guys $15 an hour. But that's not even including tip.
Shit.
Hold on. I bought the Star Spangled Banner.
There it is, right there.
Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps. Pollution. No refuge could save the heroin enslaved from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave.
Right.
I never even know.
If you try to jump up, we will knock your shit down too.
I never even knew that.
And then you want somebody to stand up proudly for that shit?
All right, last question, and this is one of my things, I think one of the biggest questions facing LA, and I'm not sure if it's out there in Palmdale where you at, but
I've been in LA for like 40 years.
The homeless situation is just
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I've been out here for 20 years. I've never seen it.
It's gotten so much
this bad. They setting up. They in Sherman Oaks now. They used to just be. I live in Sherman Oaks. I got a Rouse up there, and the guy just set up shop. He just moved in right in front of the Rouse. He been up there for like 2 months.
Hey,
got his own
house,
little.
They got a grill. They got a gas tank. They be grilling it.
Yeah,
I'm not bullshit.
And that's urban.
This shit is crazy.
I'm up in the high desert. Yeah. They got houses, tents. They got shit set up that look like a complex. I mean. They digging pools out in the desert.
I was downtown.
It's everywhere.
I posted a video. I was downtown. There was a guy smoking crack. I was helping my friend downtown apartment complex. It was a guy just smoking crack right across the street. And I took a video of him. He was just in. They used to smoke crack in the alleys.
Right.
He was just right on the corner, daylight, broad daylight, just smoking crack.
Smoke right.
Yeah, hey man, that's a.
So I just want to hear your opinion about
what's a societal issue, man, and it's going to get much worse. This is a capitalist society. In a capitalistic society, you have winners and losers. Everybody's not going to win. That's just the way it is. Everybody's not going to win. So when you have this income disparity and you have all of these businesses and companies wanting more and more and more, going to the top 1-2%, then guess what? The people down at the bottom going to have less and less and less. And right now we're at epidemic stage of homelessness and, people just out on the street like animals. Where's our humanity at? Yeah. I mean, they're starting to build some things.
What is but that guy who's smoking crack out, he don't give a is that our fault that he's just out there, he just want to smoke crack?
No, but that's what happens when you have a sick society.
Yeah.
When your society
ran out of hope.
Yeah,
he's ran out of hope.
Your society needs
he ran out of crack. That's what he ran out of.
Ran out of hope.
No, he probably ain't gonna never run out of crack. But when you don't have hope, I mean, people need something, and that's the only thing I say about that's the only thing I say about religion. Back during the days of slavery, when our people had nothing but subjected to just everyday abuse, you need something. Even if it's the same people that's beating you, give you the Bible and say, here, this is going to help you. You're going to go to heaven after you die. If I don't kill you, when I do kill you, you're going to get to go to heaven. So here. And if they tell you to look forward to some shit, okay, at least I got something now to look forward to. So I don't blame that. Like, I don't even argue with my mother no more. She's talk all that crazy shit. Yeah. Like, okay, all right. You pass your time. I ain't gonna take help away from you now. You in your 90s. That'd be fucked up.
Take heaven away. That's funny.
But yeah, man, we hopelessness, man. We gotta get some human decency back in the country.
All right, final question. And I wrote it down here.
Hey, I'm going to West Angeles Baptist Church. Somebody invite me to West. I want to speak there.
And they got comedy there.
Let me in there.
Final question: what would the world be without religion?
there would be more reason applied to situations. There would be more logic applied to situations. People would have the ability to think freely, which is what people don't have now, because everything reverts back to religion at some point. But yeah, if everybody just looked at how humanity is, look at the shit that men do to men. Without religion, everything would have to be much more honest. You know what I mean? You can't. I've
heard Bill Maher make this argument too.
You won't be able to go, oh, well, that's God's will. That's no. Let's be honest. You the one did that fucked up shit. Let's keep it real and hold everybody responsible for their actions. Don't try to blame it on nothing else. We'd have a much more honest, humane world if you took all this fantasy religion out, you know. But I understand people need something. Everybody needs something to fall back on. And, you know, a lot of black people fall back. Well, God already done got it worked out for me. You know, instead of getting off your ass and doing what you need to do.
Gloria B said to that question she heard, she said, we will be living in a more crazy world. That's what she...
Really?
Gloria B, I'm going to hook you up with... Y'all got to connect. You and Steve Hill.
Glory be, the funk's on me.
We're gonna connect. Hey, but listen, Mr. Hill, this wasn't what I expected. I swear to God, I thought me and him be fist fighting about 30 minutes into the. I thought I may get into a fight with him like 30 minutes into the podcast. But this is listen, a lot of stuff that you said, man, I really agree with. I just
dope.
Yeah.
Well, let me clear up another misconception. Satan is a nonviolent individual.
Okay, yeah.
Non-violent.
My grandma says Satan come to kill, wound, and destroy.
Yeah, but she got Satan fucked up.
All right, so listen, man. Tell us where we can find you at, and like where you got anything coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the host for California Free Thought Day on the steps of the Capitol in Sacramento. I will be the MC for the event. That's October 14th. It's a free event. And I'm also going to be at Lincoln University in Philadelphia next month. I will be portraying Frederick Douglass. As for you see my gray growing out right now. I will be portraying.
That's my hood.
Frederick Douglass.
Lincoln University.
Yeah, I was at Cheney a couple months ago.
You was at Cheney? Oh, you was right there.
Yeah. That school is broke. It's in a bad financial situation.
It is. Yeah.
But Lincoln, they got a little bit more cash flow, so they gonna bring a brother out, and we're gonna be registering people to vote.
That's cool.
And letting people know how important their vote is. If you're not engaged, you're not part of the whole system. You like Frederick Douglass say, without fully being enfranchised into the system, your freedom is just a farce.
Where can they find you at? Did you give them your Instagram and all that stuff? Facebook?
Yeah, Steve Hill Comic on Instagram. Steve Hill Facebook. I got Steve Hill Comic, my website.
Gloria B said, I will be in Palmdale looking at some land soon. Thanks for the conversation. I don't know who you are, but
Anna Verde Appraisal. Just Anna Verde Appraisal.
Yeah, Gloria B, we're gonna hook you up.
We'll hook you up.
Yeah, because he the guy, if you looking at real estate, she said, thanks for the conversation. I don't know who you are, but I will pray for you.
Well, tell her I'll build a campfire out in my backyard for her.
All right, man. Tobe, what you got coming? What you got going on, man? Tobe, you got anything going on?
Yeah, man. Hey, save the date. September 7th, I'll be in Atlantic City at the Borgata. With the homie Felipe Esparza and Rodrigo Torres.
Hey, man, I would love to get on that. That's my hometown. Y'all.
September 8th, we'll be in D.C. at the brand new MGM National Harbor Casino with the homie Felipe Esparza, Atlantic City, September 7th, and D.C. September 8th. Check us out. It's going to be a great time. East Coast, we coming out there. The season premiere of Laugh Tracks, me and Jamal both on there. Laugh Tracks on True TV. Season premiere September 13th. Laugh Tracks, True TV.
That's a Wednesday.
13th.
Wednesday at 11 p.m. It's still... I think, I usually come on at 11 p.m., yeah. And this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, I will be at the Improv, the Hollywood Improv, hosting for Michael Blackson all weekend. Michael Blackson, the African King of Comedy, my good friend. We got 4 shows, 2 shows each night. Friday 8 o'clock and 10:30. Saturday, 8 o'clock and 10:30. That's this Friday and Saturday, Labor Day weekend. You know you don't have to work. So come on out and, Monday off. So enjoy your weekend. See the African King of Comedy and see me, Dope Dealer. We're going to be up in the house, man. I'm shaking hands. Labor Day weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you say happy Labor Day to somebody who's unemployed?
Damn.
I always thought. I didn't know if you could do that. I don't know if you could ask that.
Steve, last insight on Labor Day. Go ahead. I know you just screwed it up. You want to say something about it?
No, I just hope everybody finds gainful employment.
Yeah.
So you can have a reason to celebrate a day off.
Yeah, exactly. My brother, Mr. Hill, it was a pleasure having you. You come back, man. Come back and see us, man.
For sure.
Come back and see us, man. And this was good.
This was dope. This was a dope hour.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, Dope Dealer Podcast. On Instagram, Dope Dealer Podcast, and listen to us on iTunes, all the podcast outlets. But if you go to iTunes, please subscribe to us, rate us, and leave a review. If you review us,
tell a friend.
If you leave a review and go to our, take a screenshot of it, go to our Instagram page, DM me the screenshot, we will send you a T-shirt. We'll send you a free T-shirt, man.
Tell a friend,
man.
And explain to them how to. Everybody's like, how do you do it? How do you
I get a lot of that.
They act like this is some foreign shit. Help your family out with technology. Show them how to get to us. They will enjoy this shit. Just take the fear away from them. People are scared to touch their fucking phone unless it's looking at somebody's picture or some bullshit. Get some education.
If you're if you got an iPhone, you have a podcast app on your screen on your top page. You probably never even realize it. If you just hit on that podcast app, just click on it and go to search and put in Dope Dealer Podcast, we will pop up and you'll see it.
And if all else fails, just put Dope Dealer Podcast in Google and it will help you find us.
Exactly. Well, if they listening to us right now, they found us.
No, I'm talking about the people, how they explain it to their friends and family. The people that found us, we grateful for them. We need them to help us find some more motherfuckers.
Hey, man, we appreciate you guys, man. We love you guys. Episode 28, we out. 28. Dope Dealer Podcast.
With your bitch, probably get into the money, possibly. Hustle too hard to be broke. Yo.
Henny in my cup, throwing up the dub with love. They heard me on this bitch, now they wanna fuck with us. So many bitches from my past, now they letting me touch. Now they running my path, wanna with a Philly blunt. When she talking about money, you know it ain't nothing funny. See, I'm a beast, not a dummy, coming in the mouth.